Remember, Trevor is wrong, and Natasha is younger than Zach's dog. That is
That's the motto.
Yep, it's true.
That's my tramp stamp, actually.
It's true. That dog was born November 23rd, 2002. Natasha, you were not born by then.
I was.
I was born in June 2003.
Yeah, my dog's older than that. Yeah.
June of 2002, baby. God, kill me.
Natasha, do you want to do the honors or?
Oh God, we're actually gonna let her do it.
Welcome to Wrinkles in the Crease. I don't know what to say anymore.
Where we take a look
I am
at
your
the
host,
stories.
Natasha Gershon, joined by my co-host Zachary Morgan and the less than real deal Trevor Neal.
At least she hit that part,
please
right?
How are you guys
cut that
doing?
And redo. Oh my God.
Please. I forget the slogan.
The slogan is, where we take a look at the stories in hockey and iron out the details.
Okay.
So you clearly, Natasha, practices.
I bombed it. I need to practice.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Practice makes
perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wrinkles
in the stories in hockey and iron out the details.
Yeah. So, since Natasha decided to cosplay as me right there for a little bit to varying levels of success. She didn't have a Devils jersey on, and that was
the day I have a Devils jersey on won't be a good day.
It'll be a cold day in hell. It'll be a cold day in hell. But Natasha, I recently did a thing where so just to get this out of the way, they renovated a whole bunch of Boston's favorite coffee places, Dunkin' Donuts, by my house. And it just so happened that when I went to go get coffee one morning, they were doing this thing. So all I had to do was wait an additional half an hour, and I would get free coffee for a year.
Free watery burnt coffee for a year, but
it's good coffee. Trevor.
It's good coffee sometimes.
Free coffee for a year. I mean, Dunkin' coffee.
It's not really free coffee for a year, but it is free coffee for 4 free coffees a month for a year, which is really great.
That's it. That's all they give you. 4 coffees a month for a year is their free coffee for a year.
But they also gave me 2 bonus months, Trevor.
That's not bad.
My girlfriend drinks more than 4 cups a day.
That sounds like a personal problem, honestly.
Not very healthy.
Trevor, why are you suddenly worried about Yeah, why are you worried about my coffee intake, Trevor? I feel like there are bigger fish to fry.
Like a week.
A week, maybe 4 cups, 5 cups.
Are you like a cup everyday person?
No, I clearly just said I wasn't. There are 7 days in a week, and I'm having 4 or 5 cups in a week.
Sometimes I forget.
How many days there are in a week?
Are not good.
Sometimes. But the pictures are great, Zach.
The pictures are great. If you have not seen the pictures, after they started giving out the free coffee booklets to people who were dressed in mascots, and they were taking pictures. So that is how that picture was taken. And for every person they were taking a picture of, like they would take one on their phone and then one for social media. And then I went up there. And for context, I went up there pretty just whatever, stone face, not really showing a lot of emotion.
It's like 8 in the morning, and you're not
9 in the morning.
You don't want to be
9
there.
in the morning. The giveaway started at 9. Get it right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
8 Central. 8
Central.
We don't live on Central Time, Trevor, but I'm digressing. So I went from pretty, whatever, stone face to that very overly aggressive smile. That's not my, genuine, real smile. And they only took a picture on my phone. They didn't want a picture for social media for some reason. I couldn't figure out why.
Zach, because you're gonna have to put the picture on the screen for the video people and show why.
No, you act as if I already didn't know that. It's already there.
Horrifying.
It's already on the screen. It's already here.
Happened. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a good picture though. I want to get it framed.
Why? So you can scare your children according to you? You just said it was horrifying.
I want it to put on my door right next to my Jesper Bratt jersey. So whenever I leave my bedroom in the morning, I have motivation to be more like Jesper Bratt and be more like Zach Morgan.
That is terrifying.
More like Jesper Bratt and less like Zach.
Also,
You know what? That's better than someone wanting to be more like me.
Who would want to be more like you, Trevor?
Zach.
Oh my god.
Give us another few episodes and me and Zach are just going to have one morphed personality. And it's going to be real bad.
How am I losing my personality
Zach
to this?
Is too lonely and bitter to have your personality. Trevor.
Yes, thank you. I'm way too lonely to be combined with one other person. I agree. Thank you. That is why we're recording on Valentine's Day. Just want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day on that.
I had to push around plans because of y'all. Goodbye Valentine's Day plans. A wrench was thrown into.
Sorry, Trevor is in a happy, healthy relationship.
Of the three of us, Trevor is the only one in a happy and healthy relationship, and that honestly sounds we're really happy for him. We are extremely happy for him.
Yeah.
I got a dinosaur chicken nugget as a Valentine's Day gift. Or dinosaur chicken nugget pillow, I should say. I named him Crispy.
You named him Crispy? Is it
Yes.
Is it like Chris CHRIS with a capital
No,
P?
it's just Crispy. Just Crispy.
Crispy
the Dino chicken nugget pillow.
Stellar.
Yes.
Valentine's Day is great.
Happy Valentine's Day from Wrinkles in the Crease.
Yes.
We hope wherever you are,
you're more like Trevor and not the other two.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we hope that whatever you're doing today, you are happy and safe and with people that you enjoy being around and not on any bad first dates, because bad first Valentine's Day dates are the worst, but that is a topic for another time.
Maybe next week's episode.
No. Anyway,
Too soon.
we move on to the New York Rangers, having made a trade actually last Thursday, right before the weekend hit. They traded for Vladimir Tarasenko, as well as Nico Mikola, who was traded, to the Rangers.
Who's good?
Yeah.
Mikola's apparently very good.
They're good.
Okay.
Yes. He's a good player.
For Sammy Bly, prospect Hunter Skinner, a conditional 2023 first and a 2024 fourth round pick. In addition to that move, though, since then, Kravtsov has requested a trade, and I didn't see this, Natasha. It seems like he might be going to Vancouver.
No, he's not. There's no way.
Those are some rumors, but that's kind of what's running around the rumor mill right now. Nobody really knows where he's going yet, but it looks like Vancouver might grab him if they want to. But
what's the price for him?
What?
Don't ask me. I don't know. That's what I've been hearing.
A first.
But in
Austin
terms of the Tarasenko trade, the day before the trade happened, I was like, the Rangers need to trade Sammy Blais. And then they did. And I was hooping and hollering and cheering. Best day.
Actually did it.
But why did they need to trade him?
Best trade of my life. Second best day of my life.
But why did they need?
What is wrong with Sammy Blais?
Sammy Blais did nothing.
Is he the Miles Wood of the Rangers?
Vladimir Tarasenko in his first game with the Rangers scored more goals than Sammy Blais ever did with the Rangers.
You mean to tell me Sammy Blais did not score one goal? How many goals did Blais have as a Ranger?
0.
Zach, pull up the real stats.
Literally 0.
It's hard to tell.
He couldn't have been that bad.
I think it's 0.
Oh my god! Well, he had this season. Yes, I can't confirm it was 0 because he had a goal in his first game with the St. Louis Blues, and he has 1 goal scored. So, not looking good for that. Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly.
This man never scored a goal for the New York Rangers, and he plays forward.
How long was he there?
54 games.
Oh my god!
Right?
Exactly.
He had 9 assists.
Why were we not? Remember how the whole Victor Mete getting his first career goal, and he had 3 overturned, and it took him forever to score 1 goal. This might be worse. At least Victor Mete was a defenseman,
And he was trying.
Yeah, he was trying.
Was Sammy Blay not trying?
No.
No.
Great.
It's not that hard to score.
So the move
Like-
is he got his cup with St. Louis and then checked out.
I would.
Sure.
How much money was he making? Wait, he came from St. Louis and then is now back with St. Louis?
Yes.
Oh, God. Poor guy.
He was traded to the Rangers, and then the Rangers traded him back.
What was the original trade? Can you pull that up quickly?
They took the Sammy Blay receipt and
brought it back to Walmart.
Yeah, they brought it back to Walmart.
It's damaged, but we'll take it back.
He was traded along with a 2022 second-round pick for Pavel Buchnevich.
Oh, the Bushi trade.
Oh, Natasha. Oh, everything about Sammy Blay pisses Natasha off.
That hurt my feelings because Buchnevich was actually so good with the Rangers, and they were like, "We'll take him for Sammy Blay," and then Sammy Blay
and a second-round pick, and a second-round pick,
and a second-round pick.
Picks matter,
but yeah, picks do matter.
They do. A second-round pick is a valuable asset,
but it wasn't worth it for Sammy Blay, and Sammy Blay is now scoring in St. Louis. It was kind of funny because I was like, wow, the first time Sammy Blay ever touched a puck in his NHL career.
The Tarasenko trade
people had some things to say about that.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Tarasenko is a good pick. The Rangers have a Russian 4 turning into a Russian 3 because of the Kravtsov trade, probably.
Healthy scratch him every night.
But I don't know.
They already do that.
Oh, they do? Oh, damn. I don't follow much Metro hockey anymore.
So, Natasha, I'll let you finish your thought, and then I'll go into what I've heard.
I don't know. That's pretty much it. But overall, I'm happy with the trade. I was really happy about it. And I think it'll do good with the Rangers.
It was a very out of the blue move. I really hadn't heard Tarasenko to Rangers at all. And
I mean,
it just happened so quickly.
The Tarasenko rumors were kind of out there. They've been out there for the past year or so. They've just never been really hot.
Yeah, he wasn't a big fish, and I think that's why it kind of went.
That's kind of why it happened. They were able to get him for a lot less than they probably would have had to give Chicago for Kane. So,
I think it's a better move too.
I do as well. I think Tarasenko has a lot more left in the tank. But with Kravtsov, this is interesting because you had Gerard Gallant come out and say, he's a top 9 player, but he's not in our top 9. He's not even really getting 4th line minutes with us. I don't know. He needs to just keep it up and he'll eventually crack it. So he wants him to do more of the same because he's fine and he's good enough to be in the top 9, but they're not playing him in the top 9.
Yeah, because some guys, like, you can put them in the top not of your lineup, and they can't play bottom line. It's not their style. And it's best to move on.
It's definitely best to move on, but they've needed to. The writing's been on the wall that they've kind of needed to move on since the beginning of the season. But I don't know. The Rangers have done a very good job of tanking Kravtsov's value at this particular moment.
Natasha, where was he last season?
Who?
Because if you pull up his stats, it's 2020, 2021 season, played 20 games, and then he skipped the season, then was 2022, 2023.
Sammy Blay?
No,
Kravtsov.
Did he spend a year in the AHL?
I think they got him from somewhere else.
No, he was there. He was drafted. He was drafted by them.
10 points in 48 games.
Yeah, he was their 9th overall pick in 2018. He spent last season in the KHL.
Okay. I was on NHL.com, so that's probably why the stats.
That's probably why they don't have his KHL stats up there.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was in the A or he got.
But he was all right.
Something happened.
The Rangers and their
ability
rookie
to
development history, aka non-existent. But yeah.
What is is he a player that we should expect to see do something once he gets into a better situation? Is he kind of like that, where he just needs a different environment to truly have a proper role?
Yes, but at the same time, this was a bit of a reach pick, if I'm recalling correctly. Okay. It's not like this was a clear-cut top 10 pick in the draft. Okay. This was kind of a guy who the Rangers took a chance on. And
I don't mean to make it always about the Leafs, but is this like Trevor Moore? Like, I don't really fit with Toronto. I go to LA and now I'm
I don't know enough about that particular Trevor Moore to give you.
Try to think of another comparison of a guy who like just didn't fit and had to get traded to. The Leafs have sent a few, and I'm drawing a blank.
St. Louis. He signed on with Calgary, and it just wasn't working, so he got traded to Tampa Bay, where he caught on fire.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see a Martin St. Louis style player, but
no, that was also a very
level.
Since that's happened, that there have also been players who have gone that route. Although I think he was playing in collegiate hockey somewhere in Canada before he signed on with an NHL team, which is a bit more difficult.
I don't want to see him go to Vancouver, though. Like, there's obviously some talent here. And any player going to Vancouver is wasted talent right now.
That's true. But I think wherever he goes, he might be okay.
But then again, he's probably a top-line player there. And is playing with Pettersson really a bad gig? You don't think he is?
He's not a top-line player there. He's as Gallant said, he is a top 9 player right now. It's not like this kid's he's not ready to step into a lineup and be the top line player. He hasn't been developed properly. He needs more time to just be in the actual lineup there. He's not going to step in anywhere and light it up. He's been he's been held back developmentally. I don't know how.
You probably can't put him in the A now. That'll probably just screw with him more.
I mean, at this point, he hasn't gotten the minutes he needs. He needs to get minutes, and they're not giving it to him. They're not giving him minutes in the AHL. They're not giving him minutes in the NHL. So
you need to do one or the other. I hate this. Like, it's like what the Kraken are doing with Shane Wright. Either play him or send him down. You can't do this healthy scratch. Him only playing 28 games this year is screwing him over more than anything else. Let him play. Like, even if he's got to adjust to more of a fourth line role, since I assume Gallant said top 9 player for a reason. You got to do something with him.
You do. I'm sorry. Isn't Shane Wright down in the OHL?
He's now in the O. Yeah. After the World Juniors, he got sent down again.
And he's been there since the end of juniors. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Yeah. He's
it seems as though the Kraken have stopped with the yo-yoing. He's going to finish out the season in the OHL.
Did he get called up after the World Juniors to go to the NHL? Scored against Montreal and then got sent down to the O. I think that's what happened.
I think that was before.
You know what? That sounds about right.
Because I know he scored his only goal against the Canadiens.
Yes, he did.
And then went down. Down. I just don't know the exact timeline of it. Oh, because if any league, if the NHL's ever had a scripted moment, it might be that one. Shane Wright score against the Canadiens.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I still think they're not too upset about the pick they made, despite
no. I think the Canadiens made a good pick there. I think New Jersey was 2, correct? They got Nemec.
Yeah.
Good pick. I think they're happy with him. And then Arizona got their guy. They went into that draft knowing they were drafting Logan Cooley, and they're fine with it.
Yep.
I think everyone's happy out of that top 4.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there. The only person who's really unhappy is Shane Wright.
Yeah, because he was probably expected to just immediately step in the NHL, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. You could see it.
He was like.
You could see it when he was drafted.
Yeah. But the trade deadline is finally like. I'm glad we're actually seeing players move this deadline, but it's weird that it's happening so far beforehand.
We're only about 2.5 weeks before the deadline itself, so it's not too crazy.
It's not too weird, but like I have a feeling it's going to be a slow actual deadline day. I don't think much is going to happen today.
Probably. I think the talks for Meyer right now are heating up, so it seems as though he'll be moved within the next few days or weeks. So I think by the time the deadline's rolling around, a lot of the big names that we're expecting, maybe Brock Besser will still be available. Maybe there will be a few other guys like that.
Are they definitely moving Besser?
They're taking calls on Besser.
Okay. But Meyer's still the big fish, obviously. He's still the number 1 guy to be moved. Yep. Who are the teams still like in actual talks for it? I know New Jersey's probably your number 1 spot right now.
New Jersey is probably the team that seems to be the favorite. They're reportedly the team that Meyer would prefer to go to, and the Sharks don't want. They're not really letting Meyer and his agent, Lemieux, go out and negotiate with other teams because they do believe that New Jersey is the preference. So they for whatever reason, they do not want the negotiation to happen. So alongside the Devils, I was just looking at this. Why am I drawing a blank? The
Toronto apparently is there too, but
Toronto is there, although I don't see how they make those numbers work. And Carolina is also in talks with the GM.
Carolina,
Mike Greer and the Carolina GM do have history having made the Brent Burns deal. So there's definitely, I think it's right now between the Devils and Hurricanes, and kind of everyone else is behind the two of them.
It's, hey, how badly do you want to win the Metro?
Pretty much. It seems as though the Hurricanes kind of got in this conversation to make sure the Devils don't get them, and it might work, which would be incredibly painful. But at the same time,
but Zach, weren't you on the not Meyer bandwagon to start?
It's not even that. I was on the don't give up the farm to get Meyer, because while Meyer's a great player, and over the last year he's about a point per game player, he's just a tad under right now. He's not. Timo Meyer isn't on the same tier as like Matthew Tkachuk, or even he's
people are treating him like he's freaking McDavid.
Exactly, and he's closer to Alex DeBrincat. Okay, and he's closer to that.
Good comparison.
So I have an issue. I have an issue with giving up a very clear, like a high value elite chip in Nemec for Meyer. I don't have an issue with doing, say, if you want to center a package around Holtz, Sharangovich, and then throw in a first and a second, something like that. That's a package that I have no problem with. And I even hear that they're interested in potentially taking up a goalie prospect. Tyler Brennan, go climb aboard. Take him too.
Your goaltending problems magically just got fixed. You don't really need the goaltending prospect anymore.
I mean, if they want someone who can play now, I know a guy. I know a guy who's probably going to be ready a lot sooner, and he'll cost a lot of money. If
Timo Meyer move to New Jersey jeopardizes at all the Jesper Bratt contract, you cannot get. You think they can get both easily?
I know they can
make it work.
I know they can do both.
Probably.
They've got $8 million coming off the cap just in Damon Severson and Ryan Graves alone. Yeah, I think they should bring back Ryan Graves, but there's also you have Tatar's contract coming off. There's a lot of money. There's
moves to be made.
There's a lot of money coming off the books this year.
The Devils will be stupid to viewing it as, we can't get Jesper Bratt, so let's go get Timo Meyer to replace him. No,
exactly. That would be stupid.
You bring in Meyer.
There's also talks about there's also a rumor that maybe the Sharks want Bratt, but that puts them in the literal same position that they're in with Meyer. It's a winger that they have to pay about $8 million that they don't want to pay about $8 million. So
yeah,
that just doesn't make sense. Both need to be on the team for this to be actual improvement.
Toronto might be able to make Meyer work. If they can make the money work. And I can tell you how.
How? Okay.
So the Leafs are sitting with about, and I'll be quick, this isn't going to be a long time. The Leafs are sitting about $3 million in space at the deadline. That's how it's, I don't know how those numbers work out, but that's what I've heard. And if they can find a way to move Kerfoot, the money evens out there. And look, Justin Hall's getting scratched. If you could just go, hey, San Jose, it'd be pretty cool if you can take this warm body. The money's even. You'd have to throw in some sweeteners and draft picks, but I think San Jose.
I have a hard time believing that the money's just even. Who is on LTIR for them right now?
LTIR, Jake Muzzin.
And he's never going to play again.
He's never playing again. Matt, how much does IR affect the cap? Does it at all?
It provides cap relief. That's how Tampa got away with suiting up a team forever. Mm-hmm. They put Nikita Kucherov on the long-term injured reserve and then activated him around the playoffs.
Kyle Dubas is going to do a line and then go up to Austin and be like, "You're sitting till the playoffs," and I want Timo Meyer. Everyone stays. Matthew sits till playoff time when the cap doesn't mean anything. If you want to get the big fish, it's an idea. If you want to keep Kerfoot, but I don't think they do.
No, they haven't wanted. They've wanted to get rid of Kerfoot for over a year.
2-3 years. Yeah, it's been a while. The Leafs can do it. It's harder for them to do it. I think they're definitely the third of those three teams that are in on him. Carolina, he'd look real good on though. Carolina seems like the fish for me to get him.
What pieces do the Leafs even give up for him, though? Like, I still don't understand what the Leafs have that the Sharks
Leafs
want.
Nation is saying Matthew Nyes, in which he is a top level. We're expecting him to light up the team once he comes up because he's playing for the University of Minnesota right now.
Okay, let me see.
As a Leafs fan, I don't want them to give up Nyes, though.
Oh, that's okay.
Matthew Nyes is the only prospect they really have that I'm like, this kid's going to come in and immediately be an impact on his ELC.
The reports are right, that is not nearly enough for Timo Meier in the eyes of the Sharks.
It would need to be Nyes plus.
It would need to be Nyes plus another prospect the same level of Nyes. Because say what you will about Nyes, that's a what?
To me,
you're not gonna sit there and tell me he's a top tier A level prospect. No, he's like a B level prospect.
He's for a team of Toronto's caliber, he's a very good prospect.
Right, but in the general like prospect ratings, he's what, like B level?
Probably. So, he's a good B, but he's not.
He's a good B. There's nothing wrong with being a B level prospect, but for what San Jose is looking for right now, they want an A level prospect and some dressings. So
how much trade value could Alex Kerfoot even have at this point?
Alex Kerfoot,
mediocre. I think you got to pay to get rid of him.
Yeah, you have to pay to get rid of him because people know that the Leafs don't want him there, and it's not as if he's providing much that you can't really find for cheap.
He's a third line guy. Like, you can go get those real cheap.
Yeah.
So the Leafs probably don't. As much as Timo Meier would be such a good Leaf, I don't think it's possible, but it's hard to do.
And even then, it's clearly a rental. You can't afford to pay him.
No, he doesn't come back. And people are saying trade Sandin to get Meier. Because Sandin's your number one defenseman. You can't move on from him.
No. Break the defense from our offense. It's genius. I love it.
No, this is the first time I've been cheering for the Leafs since Matthews got drafted. This is the first time I've been like, I'm happy with the defense. I've never once thought that about the team. And people are like, let's trade Sandin. Let's move on from all this. And then there's the trade Riley crowd too. Like,
aren't you in the trade Riley crowd though?
I'm in the we need to let Riley sit because he's still hurt. Let him sit. Let him fix it. Because you rushed him back from injury. He came back long before his timeline did, and then he was bad. Wonder why. He's had foot and ankle problems for a while now. Let him fix it. And all your problems are solved once Riley's good. Defensively, at least. But I think if Carolina can manage to grab Timo Meier, they are the favorites to probably win the East.
Yeah. And
at the end of the playoffs, I think they go to the final. Because I think they beat Boston.
I don't think it's crazy to see them. I could see a package for centering around Kotkaniemi getting the job done. Honestly.
Gosh, he's had a weird career now, hasn't he? Especially if he gets moved here.
He has, but I don't know nearly enough about the Carolina team or prospect pool to really make a judgment there. But
if I'm the Sharks, I want him because you can build.
Does he fit the timeline though? Does he fit the timeline? That's big.
No, probably not.
Yeah, but he's signed, but he's locked up to a deal where he could easily start outperforming that within the next 2-3 years.
What is San Jose trying to do though?
I think
are they trying to just start over, kind of rebuild,
or is it a retool? Because
if it's a retool, Kotkaniemi could work there too.
So it really all depends, I guess, what they're trying to do.
And the Erik Karlsson trade means, I think, a lot to the Timo Meier trade too, because they need to figure out if they can actually do it.
Yeah, and that is just for as good as Erik Karlsson is playing right now. That contract is still horrendous.
Especially with you have to look at Erik Karlsson with this is the sample size. It's this season. You cannot take into account like the 2016-17 Erik Karlsson. Karlsson's dead. We have
Erik Karlsson, who fueled them to the Stanley Cup Finals, is
long gone.
Yeah,
Erik Karlsson right now. You have to look at him as a very bad defenseman who just so happens to be putting the puck in the net like crazy right now. And if you need that, if you're like, I need a defenseman to work on my power play, he's your guy. Because they could be great at that.
Yeah.
So I heard someone say Edmonton at one point. I'm like, oh God, if Edmonton gets Erik Karlsson full the damn league,
it's over.
That power play is like 95%. Oh my God.
I'm not worried about it because there is no way to make those numbers work for Edmonton.
No. Edmonton somehow is in cap hell with no depth.
And I cannot.
That's Edmonton.
They've been in that spot for years, though. No depth. They only have one line, and somehow they have no money. It's with their star players being underpaid as well. It's really impressive what they've done there.
Yeah, it is.
And how badly they screwed it up.
And to add Erik Karlsson to that, they cannot. You can't make $11.5 million of Erik Karlsson work somehow.
No, that's not a. Even if you do like the retain half and then through a third team and a trade or another half, that's still a lot of money for Erik
That's still
Karlsson.
damn near $6 million.
Yeah.
As we determined, they pretty likely that this is not going to last Erik Karlsson.
Jacob Chikrin to LA is really interesting though. Because that trade's like definitely happening from what I'm seeing, but they just won't tell me what's happening. I thought for sure he was getting traded to the Leafs at one point, and then the Leafs said, no, we're not in on him at all. And then everyone's like, oh, it's the Kings. Some people kept trying to say Quentin Byfield's going.
He is untouchable for the Kings. He has to be. But yeah.
Chikrin's a fun little move there, because I think he can add a lot to the Kings.
Natasha, I thought Rihanna was going to announce the Chikrin trade during halftime. What happened there?
That's the only reason I watched.
Gary Bettman didn't rise up on the platform.
Was he? I took your word on that and bet like my entire house on it.
Yeah, me and Zach even built a special stage just for Gary.
Yeah, they built a side stage just to watch it happen.
Yeah, the stage Trevor and I would have built would have been so much better for the record.
Oh okay. Yeah.
What was the plan?
It would have been to not make it look like
we can't tell
Mario Brothers level.
No, but that's what made it good.
Zach. Thank you. You finally told me what it looks like.
Is that the aesthetic Rihanna was going for?
I think so.
Okay.
Next year, can we have Gary Bettman rise out as a green pipe and just?
Oh my God. No, but in all seriousness, the halftime show was pretty cool. I didn't watch the rest of the Super Bowl, obviously, but that was
Natasha's the reason more people watched the halftime show than the actual Super Bowl.
They actually did, though. That's an actual statistical fact.
6 million more.
That's
watched the show than the.
I mean, generally people watch the Super Bowl for the commercials and the halftime show.
Can I just say, I hate the whole joke of why is there a football game interrupting my concert? I hate that joke so much. It pisses me off every year. Carl Delavine.
But every year it's going to get made because
I know, it just pisses me off. I hate the halftime show.
Same thing with the sports ball joke.
Go sports ball.
Oh, I love the sports ball joke. It's just... Natasha's. I should have just like muted Natasha's Twitter for the night because the whole night it was just gonna piss me off. I'm here to watch the Super Bowl, and I just want to see who wins. I
kept tabs on the score, but I didn't watch the game at all.
My formal apology to Zach. I was cheering for the Eagles.
Are you apologizing? I have no best
we are Giants fans.
Apologizing. We're apologizing to everybody ever who voted for the Eagles. But
if only the NHL could someday be as popular as the Super Bowl. That's my dream. It's never, ever,
we need halftime shows for the Stanley Cup final, honestly. Imagine how cool.
Fall Out Boy at the All-Star game was better than Rihanna.
That is not true. And I like Fall Out Boy. And I also like Rihanna, but no, the halftime show is so much more superior.
He knows what I did. You know what I did. I did.
Thank you. Anyways, the Stadium Series is on Sunday.
It is on Sunday. Hey Trevor. Hey Trevor, tell me, who do you like in this Stadium Series?
But I'm muted. The Carolina Hurricanes are going to win the Stadium Series. Thank you for unmuting me, so I can blurt out more Fall Out Boy opinions.
Oh my God! We deliberately didn't ask you about Fall Out Boy opinions. We asked you about the Stadium Series.
The Carolina Hurricanes are going to win the Stadium Series.
Obviously.
Because Ovechkin's not playing. We learned today.
Is he officially not playing? Because
yes,
I've been hearing
he is taking a week plus off.
Playing.
He's a sick family member. He's taking leave.
Yeah.
Well, I wish the family member a speedy recovery.
Especially if he has to go back to Russia. Safe travels for Ovechkin as well.
Oh, he has to go.
I don't know.
We don't know, but there's like no details on it at all.
At all, which is concerning, but it's his personal life. So
yep, no, just wish the best, and
yeah,
we'll see him in a week and a half, I guess.
And Ovechkin, take a little break, dude. You earned it. Take a little break.
I can't
crack open some cold ones.
I can't really say I'm surprised that he would not be playing in the outdoor game, though.
So, Alex, you have to go to Raleigh, North Carolina, and you get to play outside in the cold. Aren't you excited? And he went, no. And that was the end of the conversation. He's like,
he did go to the All-Star game, so that's better than nothing, I guess.
He went to go play with Sid because they're actually buddies.
No, he went because his child wanted to, he went for his kid.
To play.
He went for his kid.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do we get to talk about Disney?
We do get to talk about Disney.
Can Alex Ovechkin come on and do remember from when we were younger and draw the logo on the corner? Welcome back to Disney Channel. Yeah, thank you. No, Zach, you're too old to remember you're watching Disney Channel.
Hi, my name is Alex Ovechkin, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Disney Channel.
Do you understand?
Zach, Zach, you grew up.
I never watched
Smurfs
it, but
and MASH.
Trevor, I am genuinely worried about your reference of time and when things came out.
Because even the Smurfs and MASH were not close to each other either. Those are two different decades.
What are you talking about?
What shows did Zach grow up watching? Let's see, MASH, Fraggle Rock, Scooby-Doo, but the original series.
That's not fair because they were actually playing those reruns on Cartoon Network.
They were.
When I was a kid.
I watched them too.
They played those for a very long time. That one's not fair.
Okay, what else? What are those old ones from the 50s where everything was a little sexist?
Were you watching the original Twilight Zone during its original release, Zach?
Zach grew up watching highlights from the Korean War.
Oh my god. Stop.
Okay, Disney Channel game.
Disney Channel. Disney is attempting to grow the game. We can thank Mickey Mouse for this one. They're partnering. Disney Channel is partnering with ESPN to live animate the telecast of the Washington Capitals and New York Rangers game on March 14th. And it'll be on Disney Plus as well.
I'm so excited.
It's called the NHL Big City Greens Classic.
Why? What does that name mean?
Because there will be characters from the show Big City Greens, which I haven't heard of until now, but it's a new show, I guess.
Is this going to be an animated game, in an animation that's broadcast alongside the live game, or is the game?
I think so. That's the vibe that I get.
The Big City Greens characters will be skating along the animated versions of the actual NHL players.
Oh my god.
But there will be live commentary. So pretty much it's the characters are just in the NHL pretty much.
So
and the rank will look like it's in the show. So they'll just animate it.
So a lot of people, because this came out, the NHL was considering doing this a few weeks ago. I don't know if we talked about it on the show, and a lot of people tore it apart.
Why did the NHL hate people with epilepsy so much?
No, Zach, they're doing this because of the NFL doing the Nickelodeon game.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Oh, Zach. I know what we're clipping. Look, most people are not going to like watching this game, but there's going to be a small demographic that the NHL needs to target to that will enjoy watching this. And it's because viewership's down. They're trying something new.
They need to target the children.
Young people.
So.
Okay, we're in here. We're in.
Because we all know
in,
the Mighty
we're in
Ducks
it to win it,
show
man.
isn't doing that already.
We're in it to win it, man. I've already been called extremely old, so I don't care. Before the both of you were born, in like the very first season of Pokemon, the animated TV show, there was an episode that actively, had flashing lights, which was bad.
I've heard this. Yes.
So the episode caused when it was broadcast in Japan. Multiple seizures, and then was pulled from any other broadcast. It's unavailable. I'm sure you can find it because the internet is weird, but I digress. The NHL has already got problems with people having issues watching games from home with the digital boards, which have in certain instances, I'm not sure what the word is, but cause people who are epileptic to have some sort of reaction to it. That would, So
it has. I've heard at least one story of it causing a seizure.
So what I'm understanding is there is the entire image going to be appear animated, or are they taking like the actual ice and putting a bunch of animated things on top of it? Because
I think it's the whole thing's animated.
They're animating the entire rink plus the players, and then they're adding like the characters and other things in there. Plus the live commentary, because they have like the digital mapping technology of like the puck and where the players are, so you can just like.
Natasha, are you getting like the vibe that they're going to take like the broadcast camera and just put it into a computer and puke it back out for Disney?
Probably, because I don't see a way that they could like. Obviously, they can't hand animate the playing because that doesn't make any sense at all.
And no one's asking.
No, they're doing stop motion.
Maybe like CGI or something, like not CGI, but like the like I don't know what to call it, not like visual like mapping or something where like they have the little like
the nodes all over them.
Yeah, all over them or something, but that would.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But
I think that's what they're gonna do.
I think what they'll do is they'll probably. Because I don't know if they'll do this live with the actual game or if they'll play the game, like, and then they'll have the show air afterwards. But based on what I'm seeing, they're gonna have it at the same exact time as the game, like 7.
It is live
on March. Yeah. So I don't know how this is gonna work because I don't really see anything about like the logistics of it.
I'm curious about that too.
All I'm seeing is that it's like live and it'll be fully animated, and they have like a little teaser trailer for like what it might look like.
They're also asking Disney to do this, and I feel like Disney is going to come in and go, guys, this is how you should have been doing the boards. Look how easy this is. Isn't this cool? This technology is like, we just hit a button.
I'm worried if it's similar to what they're using for the boards, if it's going to work or going to have that issue. Like my biggest hope is that whatever they do, it's been well tested and they know it's not going to cause any issues with that. That's my biggest hope throughout all of this. But keeping in mind, this is the NHL.
Yes, that is the concern.
There's like a 50-50 shot that they've tested what they're about to do. And
who's more in charge of this? Is this the NHL doing this?
No, it sounds like they've given Disney the reins. It sounds like Disney.
Yeah,
they're doing 3D volumetric animation of the players.
Yeah, that's Disney.
They'll be using just like Blender and stuff.
The NHL couldn't figure out the board ads, and they've been working on it for like 4 or 5 years. No, it's been longer than that because this started at the World Cup of Hockey. That was the first
digital
time they tried
boards.
Yes.
I thought it was only implemented like this year. It only really became an issue this year.
For the NHL games, it wasn't implemented this year, but they've been working on the technology since the World Cup of Hockey.
I understand.
And this is the first season they were confident in it going into games, and they shouldn't have been.
Yeah. So,
I don't think we've talked about the digital boards once yet on the show. But
no, it hasn't really come up, but there are a handful of people out there who cannot watch NHL games on TV anymore because the digital billboards, as I previously mentioned.
Not to mention the regional blackouts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons people are watching hockey games right now.
Yeah.
And Bally's bankrupt. Bring it back to last episode.
Is will the Rangers and Capitals game be will the Disney broadcast be blacked out in the New York and Washington market?
No, I don't think so.
No, because
it'll be a national broadcast.
Also, yeah, because it's going to be streamed on
Disney Plus,
Disney Channel, ESPN Plus, Disney XD, and Disney Plus.
Okay.
And like when the stars go on TNT, I can still watch it here without a VPN.
That is true. I can when the Devils are on TNT, I have to watch them on TNT. That's how that works.
No complaints. I'm excited for this though.
This sounds cool. I mean, like,
I'm pretending the NHL's not affiliated and just Disney's doing it all on their own, and I feel confident.
Will there be a Disney valuable player?
I hope so.
That'd be fun.
The NFL's done a great job with this concept.
Oh, the MVP is my favorite award that is given out every year, and sometimes we're blessed and they give it out during multiple games. They give it out multiple times a year.
Yeah, that's the only fun thing the NFL does.
Hey, never forget inaugural MVP winner Mitch Trubisky. He should be honored every possible chance we get.
Natasha,
God bless.
I wish you found that as funny as me and Zach do. Mitch Trubisky, backup quarterback.
He has a better nickname that I'm not going to say right now.
It's too out of place for the show.
It's really not. It fits, but it just is irrelevant, and I just don't feel like it. So, fun question.
Here's the fun question. What's your hockey pickup line?
Oh my god.
Since it's Valentine's Day.
Oh my god.
I don't have one.
Oh, God.
I have no game on this front, and I am fully content admitting that 100%.
I have no game at all.
Game.
None.
All right. Well, I'm glad we've all figured out the least common denominator here.
There's a reason we're podcasters.
Wow.
Wait.
That's you.
Look, I don't have, just because I'm in a relationship does not mean I have game. Okay. She was homeschooled.
You required game to get into the relationship.
There's something there about offsides and missing the offsides call. There's something there.
It would take a little bit to get there, but it's there. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Could you imagine if Zach accidentally forgot to cut this out?
Oh my god. Yep.
Okay.
If the salary cap did not matter for the day, for the trade deadline, whatever, you can add one player to any team. Who do you pick? Who do you add to which team and why?
I like this. I like this question.
Salary cap does not matter.
No implications of contracts at all.
No implication. Well, obviously you adopt the current contract and that is there, but
yeah, the cap doesn't matter.
Cap does not matter. Cap is abolished.
Okay. For this season. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Zach, how are you gonna
player or just available?
Any player on the team, right? Dream scenario.
Yeah, dream scenario. I don't have to. You already know what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna do. Can I do two teams for this?
Sure.
I want to do because I'll do Stars and Toronto. Just because I follow them both religiously at this point. Who wants to go first?
All right, Zach, Quinn Hughes, will you be my Valentine and join the New Jersey Devils, please, alongside your brother and your other brother, so that we can have the Infinity Hugheses, and I can sit there in my season tickets and just juggle marbles in my hand and just be like, yes.
Zach, we've had this discussion away from the podcast before of how badly we want Quinn Hughes to be a Devil.
And we've done it in that exact context too.
I'm not even
obviously if I'm creating this scenario, I have no choice. It has to be Quinn Hughes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree. Plus, it'd be so fun to see them all play together. Does Jack have to put the J in front of his name on the jersey, or does he keep just Hughes and the other two do the first?
I think everyone just keeps Hughes, honestly.
Oh, and just go numbers.
Yeah,
just go. Okay, I like that. It's baller.
That's right.
It makes a statement.
I think
Natasha, who are you adding to what team? Do you need me to go? So you got.
Yeah, I need to think about it. Honestly, I don't know.
I'll do Toronto first. The one player that will push the Toronto Maple Leafs to a Stanley Cup, and this hurts me so much. Brad Marchand would be just He's what they need.
That's it, Trevor.
He's what they need, though. Like, just anger, and I know what it takes to win, and I'm willing to do it and piss off as many people as I have to do it.
If you can't beat them, join them, or I guess steal their players.
If you get bored of beating them, join them.
The thing is that even Brad wouldn't save the Leafs. Like, that's...
No, but...
no, I think out of spite he wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I literally think he would play worse out of
spite.
Zach,
you said I could have a fantasy Valentine, and I told you who it is. Okay?
Yeah, you picked Brad Marchand. I think the only worse option is Tom Wilson.
No, I would not want
No, no, wait, don't steal my idea, Zach.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Natasha.
I'll put Tom
I'll give
Wilson
you
on
the
the
floor at this
Rangers
point.
just for shits and giggles, because Tom
Boston's
Wilson
too
on the
likable.
Rangers. We all know what happened with Tom Wilson and the Rangers 2 years ago. And it lives in my mind rent free. It needs to happen, but he's a teammate, so he can't beat everyone up anymore. Or at least I don't think he'll try. So that's the dream scenario.
So Zach's answer made so much sense, and he's been thinking about this for a while. I want to reunite the brothers and we've had this discussion much more in depth in the past of it'll bring all of their prices down in the future because they get the
having all the Hughes is such a smart idea.
It's genius.
And the
and
way
then
you
come along and I'm like, I want Brad Marchand playing beside John Tavares.
You got, I don't even know what to say. But even better, you go to the Devils, just go up to Vancouver and say, hey, look, this is our Brian Burke moment. We're getting this done. This is happening. You're not getting off the phone with me. We're making this deal.
Nemec and a first.
I mean...
Sharon Govich. Just whatever it takes. Take whoever you want. Come to the locker room and just hold someone's hand and pull them out.
You see, now you're getting it. We can't give up Nemec for Timo Meier because we have to give him up for Quinn Hughes. Now there we go. Now you're understanding the big brain behind it.
This is the first time in the history of this show that Trevor has had good in-depth analysis of a trade. It's the Devils can't give up Nemec for Meier because they're going to give up Nemec for Quinn Hughes.
Genius. It's like poetry.
It is. I know exactly what to say to Zach to get him that little smile on his face. I don't know who I'd put on the Stars, though. They need like a depth forward, and no answer is like fun. Who is Patrick Laine, just so he can score goals on the power play? Wait, is he Finnish? Patrick Laine's from Finland, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, he's going to the Stars. They already have like 5 Finns.
Oh,
Patrick Laine Stars.
Yeah,
yes.
He would fit in nicely with Miro Heiskanen. I'm pretty
Esa
sure
Lindell,
Rupe
Hintz. Yeah, though they already have they call themselves the Finnish Mafia. They have matching Halloween costumes every year.
That's adorable.
Put Patrick Laine with them, and you could throw on an all Finnish line. His job is to play on the third line and score goals. There you go.
What's oh god. Finnish defenseman played for the Penguins.
Finnish defensive for the
Penguins.
Olli Mata.
Olli Mata.
Yeah. He's still playing. He's with
He's in Detroit.
Yes. He was with the Kings.
Bring him down to Dallas. That's what I meant.
Yeah, no. If you are you from Finland? Come to Dallas, Texas. The climate's pretty similar. Just close your eyes and don't go outside. It feels the same.
Where are you? I want to look into your soul as you tell me that Texas and Finland have similar climates.
Dallas, Texas, and Helsinki.
Finland is close to the Arctic.
It's culturally they're very similar as well.
No, they're not. Stop lying.
Guys, I'm just trying to recruit as many Finns to come play for the Stars as possible.
You can.
Because it's so fun doing post-game, and I don't understand a damn word they're saying. Because I don't care how long you play.
You could just learn
that Finnish accent never goes. No, it's the thick accent. It's just some of them are good about it. Miro Heiskanen, I do not understand most words that come out of his mouth. There. Patrick
really
Line into the Dallas Stars.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the first, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to finish that thought. I just don't know anymore. Okay.
Zach, wrap us up.
Is there anything else anyone has before I make Trevor sweat any longer? Then he already has to.
What?
No.
What?
Tell me more about the Matt Murray injury report.
Oh God, Matt Murray is never playing a game for the Leafs. He's just every single time they're like, he's healthy, he comes back, sucks for a week, and they're like, oh, he's hurt again. Oh no. Now we have Joseph Wall playing in the NHL. And I like Joseph Wall, but he's not ready.
So I just want to point out the big shock of what part of his body did Matt Matt Murray hurt?
I believe it's his ankle right now.
No, it's his groin.
Again? I thought it was ankle.
The thing that he always hurts. It's his groin.
It's always his groin and his glove hand.
Yeah. So
always
all the best for Matt Murray, but I wish I could. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. You may be right. You may be right because I may have.
The guy who follows the Leafs religiously was right.
Yes, it is an ankle injury. The groin issue was from before. Excuse
me. Is it poetic that his peak career as a Toronto Maple Leaf was the game I was at in Dallas? He peaked then and has just been cascading since.
I don't know if that was his peak. I think his peak may have been having 3 goals called back in New Jersey.
That was before. But if of all of the advanced stats era, the most impressive shutout, according to those numbers, was Matt Murray against Dallas. He saved the most expected goals of any shutout ever recorded. Therefore, Matt Murray is the greatest goalie of our generation.
It will never be more impressive than the 64 save shutout that Ben Scrivens put on.
No, I can list shutouts that are more impressive. I can list games that goals were given up that were more impressive. Martin Jones against Pittsburgh in the Stanley Cup Final was the greatest goaltending performance I've ever seen. But Matt Murray was impressive against Dallas. And I'm glad I was there to see him play one good game.
Yeah, there was that like one half a season where Martin Jones was like legitimately a number 1 goaltender and kind of wrote that off.
If you go back and watch that Cup Final between San Jose and Pittsburgh should have swept them. There was one game, I forget, it may have been game 5. Yes, Pittsburgh had a chance to clinch it in game 5 against San Jose. And San Jose went up 2-0 quick, and then Pittsburgh tied it. And then San Jose scored again to make it 3-2, and Pittsburgh dominated the entire rest of the game and could not beat Martin Jones. Like, San Jose had trouble touching the puck. And I remember my mom made cupcakes to celebrate the Penguins maybe winning the Stanley Cup that night. And we just watched Martin Jones blank them. I still think about that game like once or twice a month and just how frustrating it was. Because that ensured that Pittsburgh has won 5 Stanley Cups and not one of them were clinched at home. Weird little stat that I know for some reason. All of them have been away.
That is interesting, but
it's weird, isn't it? The way it just lines up like that.
It is a little weird.
They've won Stanley Cups at Chicago, Minnesota North Stars, Joe Louis Arena, Bridgestone Arena, and the SAP Center in San Jose. That is where they've won their cups.
Very interesting.
Yeah. The Stanley Cup has been in Pittsburgh quite a few times, but they've never been able to clinch it, or the other team has never been able to clinch it in Pittsburgh.
This is I'm trying to remember here. The Capitals, they clinched it in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, because that was a whole thing. Because Ovi was like not. Ovi had the cup in his possession for a very long period of time after he won the cup.
And remember, there was the girl who flashed the boards after they won the cup. Remember that story? Yeah.
Yeah,
was
it Lars Eller? Crazy. Was it Lars Eller who was
that was just like skating past, just watching? Yeah, I think so.
God, all right. I think that's a
good end of the episode.
Yes, Natasha, is there anything you want to add about the Bruins?
No, I just hope we win. That's all.
Dallas Boston tonight. We should be a good game. By the time this gets up, the game will be over.
That's my call. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Zach, who you got winning? Let's do this. Who you got winning?
I don't know, but whoever wins is probably going to bully the other person pretty incessantly.
Oh yeah, Dallas at home, Jake Ottinger.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Happy Valentine's Day, and we will see you next time. What is fun?
What is fun? What is fun?
If you
Zach, can you take this little bit of us just going, "What the hell is fun?" and put it pick it up and put it at the end of the podcast as like a blooper? Would be funny as hell.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
What is fun?
What even is fun?
What,
baby?
I don't know.
Fun is
we watch the
watching
NHL. We don't know.
the Anaheim Ducks lose. That is fun.
What is fun? Question. What is fun? Question. I don't know, man.